We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. Put our little pumpkin guy up here. Nice and bright. Mexi Pina, welcome in. How was your weekend? Mexi Pina must be really nice over in your part of the woods. It was about 80 degrees here today, about 85. I'm trying to get comfortable. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Oh, is it cooler? Yeah. It feels very fallish outside. Hey, Stacy, welcome in. Yeah, it feels a lot like fall outside now. Started feeling it on Sunday or on Friday. We're loving the fall vibes. The battery almost died on the iPad earlier, so I had to move things around so we wouldn't get logged off. So I'm trying to get everything back into order again. Welcome in, everybody. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. People, or 20 minutes after the hour, or 10 minutes after the hour. We did a library haul this weekend, so we have all new fresh titles for everyone. Lots of excitement. East Coast got a lot of really good titles today. Let's see what we have in store for the West Coast. One of our friends from the East Coast, Billy Cody, she just had her baby, so she shared her pictures with us. We were able to see her baby. She's doing better. She might pop in later because she's sleeping at odd times, so we might see her later. Serena McGee, welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. This Wednesday is Project Wednesday. We will be making scarecrows. This Friday I went to Michael's because they're having a 50% off sale on all their fall decor. So we're going to be making scarecrows using this. These are called I forgot what they call them, but we're going to be using them to be making our scarecrows. So we got 4 of each color. Pampas, thank you. Maximina, thank you so much for that. Pampa grass, thank you so much. You're right. We're going to be making, so 2 for the arms, 2 for the legs. So you're going to get a choice from the light tan. Pampas, thank you. I love it. I love it. We got some autumn colors also. We've got these gorgeous let me get these organized for you guys. We got these gorgeous fall colors. We got this reddish, maroonish color for fall. And then we have this brown. So we're going to be using these for the legs and the arms, the scarecrows. Because we love a good scarecrow during the fall. And I think we'll be reading the Scarecrow once again. Because you can't get any more fall than the Scarecrow. Love it. We love it. Okay, let's go ahead and get ready. Let's begin. We have all new fresh titles for you guys. We've scoured the internet. Oh, we're up 50% at our goal. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's start out with The Hideout. We love a good, strong female character in children's literature. The Hideout. We love a good, strong female character in children's literature, and I think we're going to find one in this book. I think we're going to find one. We love a good fall moment. Look at that end page. Isn't that fun? A button. Some fall leaves. Sticks. Popsicle sticks. Soda can, soda pop caps. The Hideout. Where are you? A voice called. Hurry up, we have to go. But Hannah wasn't there, and no one could find her. We love children's literature because of the illustrations that we see here. Lots of little details. We're going to look into her room, Hannah's room. Hannah's got this little rocking chair here, little end table. It's like a cup with a feather in it, some books, a backpack. She's into vinyl. She's probably purchased one of Taylor Swift's many variants. She's got a little bed here, her stuffed animal. She's got another little thing here too with some stuffed animals. Her little lamp. Blue Valley. Binoculars. Hannah heard the voice calling, but it was too late to go back. She would live in the park, collecting lost things, drinking from the fountain, and hunting for birds. Maybe she'd wear a raccoon hat. There was just too much to do. She really had to stay. So here's our friend Hannah. She's got a little raccoon hat. She's got a little sling there. She's in the park. The fountain. She made herself a cape out of feathers. She made herself a bed out of leaves, a bow and an arrow. What else would she need? Some wood, a nice fire, nothing else. The shelter was perfect and she wasn't alone. The odd, furry creature was with her, too. So all we know is that Hannah disappeared from her room. She's an outdoorsman, an outdoorswoman. She loves to be outside. She had found it behind the shrubs. The odd, furry creature was always quiet and liked to hide in the darkness. Are you hiding from hunters? She asked. But the odd, furry creature didn't respond. Are you hiding from the enemies? She tried once more. The odd, furry creature was silent again. Can I hide with you? Hannah pretended to hear a yes. She made it a cape out of feathers. She made it a bed out of leaves, right next to hers. Oh, hey, Christina, welcome in. My cats still don't get on. Oh, you had to buy calming collars? Calming collars? I haven't heard of those. Are they working, Christina? Welcome in. So there's her little furry creature right there, friend. She's gonna put some feathers on it. Life in the park was wild. They ate grass and biscuits they found on the ground. They roasted pigeons on the campfire. They collected caterpillars, sticks, and dry leaves. There's her little friend. She's got all these little things. A soda, crushed soda can. I mean, Blaze still walks by her and hisses, but they have been. Oh, they've been doing. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Outside the shrubs, dogs peed on trees. Old ladies went for walks, and balloons flew away. But no one ever wandered into Hannah and old furry creature's secret hideout. Anyone who tried would get stuck in thick, wiry tangle of branches and leaves. So I think that they're overlooking the park and they're seeing all the regular people out there. Just kind of hanging out, having a good day. Excuse me. It's getting late. I love this older couple here. Only Hannah knew the way through the bushes. It wasn't so hard if this was your home. But the more time passed, the thicker the branches grew and the smaller the gaps in the shrubs became. So there's Hannah going into that thicket of woods, of bushes and brambles. In the secret hideout, there was a little light. Only a few feeble noises made their way in from the outside. Whistling bicycle bells and voices far away, always far away. Hannah and the old furry creature roasted lots of pigeons and collected lots of sticks. After that, it was perfectly quiet. So quiet. So Hannah has this little secret spot that's covered in shrubs and in the woods in the park. And you got these little beams of light popping in through the holes. And only then a voice, loud and clear, came from who knows where. Where are you? It said. It was hard to believe, but somewhere someone was still looking for her. Hannah wondered if everything was still the same outside. She wondered if there was anything new to see after all this time. Look at Hannah. Hannah wanted some adventure, and it looks like she found it. Love this picture of her. Hannah grabbed the old furry creature's paw. Have you ever seen a balloon? She asked without answer. Have you ever seen a dog? Silence again. Would you come outside with me and have a look? Hannah pretended to hear a yes. She took off its cape with the feathers, folded it carefully, and put it on the bed made of leaves, right next to hers. I'm feeling like this is Hannah's imagination. But we're going to find out in the end this is all make-believe. They put out the fire and left their secret hideout. They made themselves very small and crept to the tangle of branches and leaves, careful not to get hurt. So they're going to come out of their hiding place. There's Hannah, and there's her little friend, her little furry friend. The odd furry creature came out into the bright white light. Hannah took it for a little walk around the park. The old ladies stared at it and the children petted it. The creature would get used to it in time. Hurry up, said the voice from far away. We have to go. So there comes Hannah out of her hiding place. She's bringing her big furry friend creature out. And look at all the people in the park. They're all looking and staring and seeing what's going on. I love how they're just a silhouette. Look at these faces here, these painted faces. Aren't these really cool illustrations? They're different illustrations that we haven't seen before. Hannah brushed away the crumbs from her eraser, blew on a piece of paper, and got up from her chair. Here I am, I'm coming, she said, glancing at her drawing one last time. Oh, I think we're getting an idea. So remember that the story started out with Hannah. Somebody's been calling Hannah. Hannah wasn't in her room. And we got to see that Hannah was in the park talking to some big furry creature that she hid away with. And now we're seeing that she's been in her room all this time drawing. It says Hannah brushed away the crumbs from her eraser, blew on the piece of paper, and got up from her chair. Here I am, I'm coming, she said, glancing at her drawing one last time. We love Hannah. Back in the park, the odd furry creature was still sitting on a bench between dogs and balloons. The shrubs no longer seemed so thick. From the outside, no one would have imagined that deep in the drawing, at the end of a long road made of brown and green pencil marks, a little girl had lived for a very long time. So Hannah was drawing her imagination. So there's the little thicket where they lived at, her and this furry creature, her imagination. And there's Hannah. This is a really good thought out book. And there's Hannah. No bones about it, Hannah. Look at the little trinkets and the little pieces, the leaves, the buttons, the acorn, the little ladybug. The end. The Hideout. This was a good book. This was a good book. This is a good way to start the life. We just got introduced to Hannah. She's got a very active imagination, but she draws it out. She tells a story at the same time. Good book. Good book. Lisa Brown, you give it a 10? I give it a 10 as well. Definitely a good, strong start to the West Coast feed. Guys, this is a good one. Thank you so much for the follow, Parker. Really appreciate it. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think? The Hideout? Good illustrations, strong story. We love a strong female character in children's literature. Lauren, a 10? Thank you so much, Lauren, for that. Really appreciate it. All right. For those of you who are new, we're here Sunday through Friday. We read 4 books a night. We have an East Coast feed. You are currently in the West Coast feed. The West Coast feed is 9 o'clock. If you're in the East Coast right now, it's 12 o'clock. We put the United States to sleep one time zone at a time. We put some people in the East Coast to sleep, but sometimes they like to stay up till 12, so they're more than welcome to be here. We do have a goal. 46. We have 46 of these that we're trying to, or 50, trying to get. Bat Boy Tater. We do a library haul every weekend. Right now we are in our fall theme. Yay, we made our goal. Let me set a new goal up. We just had Project Wednesday. Every Wednesday we do one read aloud and then we do a project. Let me set up a new goal, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's do the cocktails. 50 cocktails, because we love a good cocktail. On Wednesday, we made acorns. This is the West Coast Feeds acorn. You guys went all out. You guys went all, look at that shimmer. Not only did you guys pick diamonds, your guys' glitter, glorious. You guys chose a blue and a green eye. We did some hair. Amazing. Amazing. And then here is the East Coast's acorn. They chose a brown and orange color with some purple embellishments. And it got a little orange hair. Look at that brown shimmer, guys. Mm-hmm. Lindsay Armstrong, welcome in. Lindsay Armstrong, we haven't seen you in a while. Girl, where have you been? We love a good fall ornament on our tree. Oops. I don't want anything to burn. So there's our little fall ornament. For those of you who are not with us at the beginning of the feed, we're going to be making scarecrows on Wednesday. Oh, you just moved to LA. It's been a I love it. Lindsay Armstrong, we're going to have to connect. I'm an hour away from you. This Wednesday, we're going to be making scarecrows. We have pampas. So you're going to be able to choose. Right. Lindsay, where did you move from? What state? We have maroon pampas. You guys are going to be able to choose from dark. Oh, from Phoenix. That's right. Okay. Ooh, you're in for a treat. Got some browns. And then we've got some light tans. So you guys are going to do... So this Wednesday, we're going to be doing our read aloud and then our scarecrows. You guys are going to love it. Okay, let's go back into the stacks and see what we can find. Oh, this one's going to be really good. This one's by Julie Andrews. If you are a fan of The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music, if you love The Princess Diaries, Julie Andrews has covered all the generations. The Enchanted Symphony. Emma Walton Hamilton is probably the illustrator. Hey, Just Relax, welcome in. We love a good end page. Yes, Dame Julie Andrews, Lauren, you're so right. We got to get that name correct. Look at these gorgeous watercolors. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these reds and oranges and greens. Lots of greens. Shadings. The Enchanted Symphony. Piccolino lived in a small village, famous for its charms. Its people were happy and creative. Singing and dancing felt as natural to them as breathing. They cherished their families, their friendships, and the abundant green countryside around them. As they delighted in their exquisite opera house, where Piccolino's father was the maestro of the orchestra. Guys, gorgeous colors. Dame Julie Andrews, she knows what she wants in children's literature. Look at these gorgeous colors. Yellows, oranges, browns. And the colors just seem to flow. There's like a flow to it. And look at these shadows and shadings in the back there. Lots of detail. Visitors came from miles around to enjoy the village's delights. To keep the sightseers happy, the townspeople built more shops to sell trinkets, gadgets, and souvenirs. They baked scrumptious cookies and cakes and planted bigger and more colorful window boxes. But the busier and more prosperous they became, the more they lost touch with their own simple pleasures. Look at these illustrations here. So even though they had a town, a simple town that they enjoyed, they made it bigger by making more shops, trinkets, selling gadgets, and souvenirs. But the busier and more prosperous they became, the more they lost touch with their own simple pleasures. Yes. Active tourism. Over tourism. Too many tourists coming into town. One day, Piccolino noticed a faint purple mist creeping into the village. At first, everyone was too busy to be concerned, but soon it thickened and spread from home to home, garden to garden. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, definitely in upstate New York too, huh? Just relax. It crept into cottages and shops, seeping through windows and under doors, until eventually the entire village was blanketed in fog. Interesting. Hats and caps. So we got this mysterious purple cloud coming in. Trees and flowers began to wilt, birds no longer sang, and the sun, moon, and stars disappeared from view. People grew listless and dispirited. They stopped visiting with one another or even going outside, and the town fell silent. Fog of greed. Yes, Georgia Peaches. Mm-hmm. The city next to me has a horse track. Oh, is a popular lake. Oh, yes. Over tourism. Guys, look at those purples and violets. Yes, the cloud of greed. Georgia Peach. You're right. Settled in. We're loving Julie Andrews' work so far. The opera house sat empty, but for Piccolino and his father, who summoned the energy each week to clean the pretty auditorium, lest the fog damage the velvet seats and curtains. They dusted the gold-trimmed balconies and crystal chandeliers, and they watered the drooping palms in the lobby, though it didn't seem to help. Oh, Saratoga host trip. What's that nonsense? Oh. I'm going to look that up. So here's inside the opera house where the dad worked. And they would clean it to try and keep it from getting spoiled. Mm-hmm. One day, as the maestro was sweeping the stage, Piccolino wandered over to the grand piano. Gently raising the lid, he played a simple melody that echoed in the empty space. The sound was startling and sweet, and the maestro paused to listen. For a moment, his spirits lifted, and he realized how much he had missed music. But without an audience, the orchestra had no reason to play. Look at those gorgeous colors, the oranges and yellows. Look at that bright yellow coming out. Piccolino playing the piano. His little orange face. As the boy and his father prepared to close up for the day, Piccolino noticed something surprising. The palms in the lobby seemed to be standing taller. On a hutch, he ran back to the piano and played his little tune again. Sure enough, the palms looked fresher still. So by playing the piano, he started bringing things back to life. Piccolino called to his father to come see what had happened. The maestro scratched his chin for a moment. Then, at Piccolino's urging, he agreed to try the experiment. Returning home, they loaded their ailing houseplants onto a wagon and wheeled them into the opera house. Once again, when Piccolino played the piano, the plants seemed to brighten. Vina, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. This called for an even bigger experiment. With growing excitement, father and son pushed through the fog, knocking on doors and begging friends and neighbors to donate their sickly plants to an important cause. So it looks like that fog, that purple fog that came in, started killing the plants. But they're realizing that by playing the piano, the plants come back to life. In time, the opera house was so filled with foliage that it began to look more like a garden than a theater. Now the maestro joined his son at the piano. Together they played a lively air, but with so many poorly plants, one piano duet didn't seem enough to help them all. Piccolino and his father suddenly knew what to do. They placed chairs and music stands on the stage. They laid out pages of sheet music and lit the chandeliers. So they brought in all the plants. But the plants, too many of them, not enough piano. S96, I really love the emojis that you use for this one. You captured the whole book in emojis. Then they braved the fog one last time to visit every member of the orchestra. They implored the musicians to rise above their melancholy and summon the strength to come immediately to the opera house. There was an audience that urgently needed their music. So the pianos weren't enough. They were going to get the whole orchestra because the plants really needed them. One by one, the bewildered musicians made their way to the stage. They slowly took their seats and began to tune their instruments. The maestro raised his button, and there was a momentary hush. Piccolino pulled on a heavy rope that stretched to the ceiling. The great velvet curtains swung open. So you got the band together, and they're now the orchestra together, and they're now playing. Plants of all shapes and sizes fill the hall to capacity, all the way to the uppermost tier. Every seat, every box, every balcony spilled over with greenery. Look at how pretty that picture is. The red curtain, the yellows and the greens, and those oranges. And then you have these silhouettes. Greens, yellows, oranges, reds. Those pretty. Gorgeous colors. The astonished musicians began to play, tentatively at first, but gradually building in strength and tempo as the joy of making music again lifted their spirits. And the plants responded in kind, nodding and swaying, their stems standing taller and firmer, their leaves rustling in appreciation. So while they're playing, all these plants are coming back to life. And then the fog itself began to lift. Piccolino ran to the opera house doors and flung them open wide. Look at these gorgeous violets, purples, maroons, oranges, and yellows. Aren't those the most vibrant colors you've ever seen? And the music coming out of those doors. Music poured into the streets, and rainbows of color returned to the cottages and gardens. Birds chirped sleepily, then began to sing. Curious villagers opened their doors and windows, then ventured outside, calling to friends and neighbors. So everything's coming back alive again. Georgia Peach, isn't it? Doesn't it make you happy? The colors, the vibrant colors. The fog is lifted. Everything is back to normal again, or getting back to normal again. Before long, a throng of people were wending their way through the village, enchanted by the glorious sounds emanating from the opera house. Look how pretty that is. Gorgeous colors. Yes, the violet, Georgia Peach, I agree. But there wasn't a seat to be had, so they stood shoulder to shoulder, crowding the square, their hearts so full of joy that they couldn't help but nod and sway, then dance and sing. Everything's getting back to normal again. The villagers are happy once again. Eventually, the mysterious fog vanished altogether, leaving the village bathed in radiant light. And the boy, the maestro, and the townspeople understood that if they remained faithful to all that matters most, nothing could darken their days again. Beautiful. I love, the Best Buy. Hey, Sage Minty. I love these classic bicycles that they've made. These browns and the dress shoes. And then the bushels of flowers that they picked. Look at how pretty that is. Speckles, spots of color. Oh, guys, interesting. There's an author's note. It says, in June 2020, we were, like most of the world, confined to our homes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were acutely aware of the impact of the pandemic on the arts. Concert halls, theaters, cinemas, and galleries around the world were shuttered, and audiences were unable to benefit from the comfort and joy of live performance. We were also aware of the degree to which we turned to nature to fill the gap in beauty and inspiration that the arts had always provided in our lives. One day we came across an image of a beautiful concert hall in Spain filled to capacity with houseplants. A chamber quartet was on the stage playing for this very unusual audience. The image was so striking and our imaginations were piqued. Research revealed that the concert for the Bioscene was an intuitive by Victor Garcia de Gomar, the artistic director of the Grand Theater del Lucio in Barcelona, together with their artists Eugenio Umpidia and Max Estrella Gallery and curator Blanca de la Torre. The UC Lai String Quartet performed Puccini's Criostemi for an audience of 2,292 plants. So this is real. One in every seat in the hall as a celebration of the value of art, music, and nature. After the concert, Ampudia arranged for all the plants to be donated to the staff of the hospital clinic in Barcelona as a gesture of gratitude for being at the front line of an unparalleled battle. The image of the plants in the opera house inspired us to write our own celebration of art, music, and nature using the concert as the foundation for our story. While our purple fog may evoke the pandemic, to us it symbolizes something larger, the creeping distractions that can prevent us from appreciating all that matters most, which for us has always been family, community, nature, and the arts. The Enchanted Symphony. This, a good book. This was a good one. I love these books that come out about during the pandemic. We've read several books that have come out about the pandemic. Yeah, Georgia Peach. Gorgeous illustrations, a good story. Julie Andrews to boot. She's the one that wrote it. For those of you who are my age, Generation X, we know Julie Andrews as The Fields Are Alive with the Sound of Music. Those of us who are millennial friends and Gen Z friends, The Princess Diaries. She was the queen of Genova. I love it. Or she was she the owner or something like that of Genova or something like that? Great read. Good story. All right, we started with The Hideout 1, and then 2, The Enchanted Symphony. Which one is your favorite in the comment section? I'm going to say 1 and 2. These two are both very strong titles. Very strong titles. Georgia Peach 2. I agree. Mm-hmm. Lindsay Armstrong 2. Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Kate 2. Tara 2. Tara, welcome back. Kate, welcome back. Mystical, the fall decor is Mystical. Do you love it? Mystical, are you part of our community? We're here Monday through Friday or Sunday through Friday. Lauren 2. Stacy 2. We are in our fall season. September 22nd is the first day of fall. So we're going to be, hey Tanya. Oh, your son got pink eye. I can imagine. Did you work today, Tanya, or were you at home? Pink eye is serious. I'm glad you caught it on time. Yeah, we are in our fall season right now, our fall era. We'll be here with fall until next Monday is the first day of fall. We were going to transition over to Halloween, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 more week of fall, so 2 more weeks of fall. And then I think on the 28th is when we'll shift over to Halloween. No, he woke up with pink eye. Oh, I'm off in the week. Oh, okay. How's he doing? Is he doing better? We just got in the mail, or we just got from our Amazon delivery, our Halloween tree. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Give me one moment. So we're going to do 2 more weeks of fall, and then we're going to transition into Halloween. We got our Halloween tree. This is the first time I'm opening this. I'm opening it with you guys. We were able to purchase this tree with the monies that we get from all the live rewards that you guys give and the little goals that we need. Let's see. I know that this one's purple. The lights are purple. But it's a dead tree. Yep. You guys are going to really love this one. Guys, look at the tree. This is the Halloween tree that we're going to use. It's got little lights on it, and the little lights are purple. So we're going to have this and a Halloween thing in the back. This will take us all the way to Halloween. Georgia Peach on Amazon, $50. You can get a bigger one too, more expensive. But it's gonna be really fun. But we are able to purchase these fun activities with the monies that we get from our live. The bank account's running a little bit low, but that's okay because I think we've purchased everything that we needed to purchase to get us through until Christmas time. Guys, super fun, huh? This September, yeah, the end of September and the whole month of October. So we're gonna do Halloween, and then we're gonna shift right after Halloween. We shift right into Christmas. So time is going by quick, right, Lindsay Armstrong? So much fun, super fun. Thank you so much, guys, for that. I really appreciate that. We okay, we reached our goal. Woo-hoo! Those cocktails are coming in hot. All right, let's do another goal. Mexi Pina and Lauren, thank you so much for helping us reach that goal. Let's do... You think we can get 3 heart hands? Can we reach 3 heart hands? Those ones come with a little bit of a bite to them. A bite to the wallet. All right. We're going to read this one. I read this one during the East Coast feed, but I really liked it. I think you guys are going to like it too. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. This one kind of goes in line with Julie Andrews. Yay, we love a good heart hand. We love a good end page. You have a little broom there, a little bucket, cauldron, some recipes for some magic potions. Thank you so much, Mexipina, for that heart signal. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. This one is 2019. Long ago and far away, an orphan boy called Oliver worked for a goat herd worked as a goat herd for a bad-tempered farmer. Every morning the farmer gave him a lump of dry bread for breakfast, and every evening a bowl of thin soup for dinner. He had no one to talk to, and he was very lonely. So he's a goat herder. His job, his craft, is to herd goats. But the guy that he worked for, grouchy, bad-tempered, didn't give him any good food. One morning, Oliver decided to run away. He packed his few belongings in a small bag and followed the path down into the valley. He marched quickly through the woods, fields, and villages, only stopping to ask farmers and villagers if they had any work for him, but no one needed a goat herd. So he's on his way. He decided, you know what? I'm going to go find something better. But it took him a while to find something better. Oliver walked all day long. He was very tired and close to tears when, just as the sun was setting, he reached a town with high walls and homely little houses inside. Maybe someone here will share their dinner with me, he thought hopefully. Thank you so much for 50% on our goal. He walked through the gates into the quiet town. No one was around. Then suddenly, meow. Oliver jumped as 2 cats walked past him. I'll follow them, he thought. So here's our friend Oliver. He's on a voyage. He's not on a voyage, but he's on a journey. He's on a journey because he wasn't happy with his previous employer. So he decided to take off and go for a walk. And he comes across this little village here. This little village inside this fortress, of these walls. He sees these cats, and these cats lead him to this front door here. He watched them slink through a flap in a large door. Oliver gathered his courage and knocked loudly. The top of the door opened. "What do you want?" said an old man. "Sir, do you have any food?" asked Oliver. "I've been walking all day and I'm very hungry." "Are you far from home?" asked the man. "I don't have a home," Oliver replied sadly. "Come in then," said the man. Oliver glanced around the house, which was full of things he had never seen before. As he ate a plate of delicious stew, he told the old man all about himself. Then the old man said, "My name is Alfred, and I'm a sorcerer. I know the secrets of nature, and I make potions and oils that heal and cure. I also know some magic spells, but I don't fly on a broomstick." He paused, then explained, "I need an apprentice to help in my workshop." So there's Oliver and Alfred, the sorcerer, inside the house. And the sorcerer has this little, he's got this fireplace here with this cauldron, this big black cauldron here under the fire. He's got this little warm heater here, this little oven. He's got potions and ingredients. And he tells Oliver that he needs an apprentice. "If you're not too afraid to live in a sorcerer's house, you can sleep and eat here in exchange for your work. I'll also teach you how to make my potions. What do you think?" "Oh, yes, thank you, sir," said Oliver. "I am not afraid," he added, yawning because he was very tired. "Bedtime, apprentice," said Alfred. "You can sleep in the attic." So he agreed to the setup. Oliver agreed to the setup. He said yes to the sorcerer. And the sorcerer told him, "You can sleep in the attic." Life as a sorcerer's apprentice was very busy. Every day, Oliver cut wood for the fire, carried water from the well and plants from the hillside, washed cauldrons, flasks, and spoons, and crushed herbs. Oliver had never been to school, so every morning Alfred taught him to read, write, and count. He quickly learned the plants and mushrooms that his master used, and after a few weeks he could make simple potions measuring the ingredients on scales. Hey Kai, welcome in. So Oliver's in it. He's in it. He's getting into the nitty gritty of what it means to be a sorcerer, collecting the herbs, getting the potions ready, cleaning all of the utensils that are needed for the potions. Oliver had never been to school, and the sorcerer showed him how to write and read. And chemistry, knowing how to mix things and balance them out. One day, Alfred showed Oliver how to use a special stick called a divining rod to find a hidden stream. The sorcerer held the rod in front of him and told Oliver, "The end will shake when water is close by." "Can I try it?" asked Oliver. Oliver handed him the rod, and after a few moments, Oliver felt it twitch. Alfred reached down and lifted up 3 rocks, and the stream gushed out. "My boy, you have a gift for working with nature," cried the sorcerer. "Will you teach me your magic spells too?" asked Oliver. "I'll think about it," said Alfred. So one of the things that he does is he takes Oliver out with the divining stick. This is the divining stick. And he tells him, "The end will shake when the water is close by." So it's a good way of finding water. It says, after a few moments, Oliver felt a twitch. Alfred reached down and lifted up 3 rocks, and the stream gushed out. It says, "My boy, you have a gift for working with nature," cried the sorcerer. And so Alfred says, "Will you teach me your magic spells?" And the sorcerer says, "I'll think about it. Don't get too excited. You did one good thing. Don't get too excited." When they got back to the house, Alfred said, "You have worked hard and listened well, Oliver, so I will teach you 3 magic words. But you must promise not to say them when I am not here." "I promise," said Oliver solemnly. "The first word is bullock hair, brings objects to life. The second word, abinater, makes objects move around quickly. And the third word, ob- obita, obitadire, makes objects obey you." "Bullicare, abanatari, and obadari," murmured Oliver dreamily. One morning, soon after, Alfred set off for an important council of sorcerers. "Here is your list of chores," he said to Oliver. "Look after the house until I get back this evening. Goodbye, my boy." So the sorcerer says, "You know what? I'm going to show you some magic. I got some 3 words for you." I'm not going to repeat those words again because they're really hard to pronounce. So he leaves them with these 3 words. Tells them what they can do. The first word brings objects to life. The second one makes objects move around quickly, and the third makes objects obey you. So the sorcerer tells them, "I'm going to leave for a couple of days. Never use those magic words when I'm not here." When his master had left, Oliver read the long list of chores. He had to wash the floor, tidy the workshop, and clean the spoons. And before he could start, he would have to fetch water from the well. Oliver sighed at the thought of the work ahead. Then he wondered, perhaps the brooms could do the work for me. Oliver tried to remember the 3 magic words, then slowly said, "Bulikari." The brooms grew heads, legs, and arms. Next, Oliver said, Ab and Abatinari. The brooms started running around. And then quickly he said, "Obadari," and the brooms waited patiently for his orders. So he had a list of chores that he had to do, did not want to do them. Did not want to do them. So he said, use the magic words, and the brooms and the pails all came to life. And they started doing the chores for him. So he cried, "Get the buckets, fetch the water from the well, and fill the sink." Isn't it crazy, Tanya? The brooms obeyed. Hardly had they emptied their buckets into the sink than they returned to the well to get more water. Oliver clapped his hands joyfully and shouted, "Quicker, quicker!" Soon the sink was full, and Oliver felt as powerful as his master. He's so real for that, because if that was an option, I'd do it. Kai, right? Yep. Look at him. Bossy King. Bossy King. Oh, how we have changed. The sorcerer is gone. Then the sink started to overflow. "That's enough," Oliver cried. But the brooms didn't listen. They had their orders and they kept going. Oliver realized he didn't know the most important magic words to make the objects stop. "Stop, please," he begged again and again. Panicking, he grabbed an axe and chopped the brooms in half. But immediately, click-clack, the halves grew heads, arms, and legs too. Now there were 4 brooms, fetching more and more water and pouring it into the overflowing sink. So he didn't know how to stop them because the sink was overflowing, the tub was overflowing. So he thought he could chopping them in half would kill them, but they ended up splitting and then creating more So more water started overflowing. Look at him now. Water flooded the sorcerer's house, then burst out into the village streets. Look at their little legs here. This is so funny. In just a few hours, the whole village was flooded and covered with thick mud. The angry villagers searched everywhere for Alfred and his apprentice, but the sorcerer was still away, and poor, frightened Oliver was hiding in the attic. That evening, Alfred returned. Guys, look at how pretty the little village is. We love a good thatched roof. These thatched roofs made out of hay. The little village. All the water's coming out of the sorcerer, flooding them out. This is a good book. Alfred realized immediately what had happened. Obidari, arrestare, he cried. The heads, arms, and legs vanished from the brooms, and they were still once more. You broke my promise, said Alfred with disappointment. The sorcerer drew him closer and said sadly, I can't trust you, Oliver, so you can no longer be my apprentice. Please, master, pleaded Oliver, don't send me away. I am very sorry. I promise I won't do anything so silly again. So here's the sorcerer. Sorcerer put an end to it. Everything became normal again. But his trust was broken. He said, you cannot be my apprentice. Cannot be my apprentice. Alfred was quiet for a very long time, but in the end he decided to let Oliver stay, as long as he helped all the villagers to clean up the mess. Oliver helped everyone clean their houses and wash their muddy clothes, and they all forgave him. After many years of listening and learning, Oliver became the village sorcerer, and he was almost as wise as Alfred. So he got to stay. Oliver got to stay because he ended up helping clean up the village, the villagers. The end. Greta Mueller. Greta Mueller was born in 1926 in Naarden, the Netherlands. She studied at the Fine Arts School of Amsterdam and École Estine of Paris. Gerda has illustrated over 120 books for children, many of which have been translated worldwide. Her book, A Year in Our Garden, appeared on the USBB Outstanding International Books list. She currently lives in Paris and works from her attic studio. Oh, how fun. I think I have this book. I think I have her second one. Yes, it teaches actions have consequences. Kyrie, yep. Kai, you're right. Vanessa Hamill, yeah, this was a good one. You guys are getting really good titles tonight. Really good, strong titles tonight. We started the live with The Hideout 1. And then The Enchanted Symphony 2. And then 3, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. In the comment section, vote 1, 2, or 3 for your favorite one. Kai, we do have Where the Wild Things Are. It's in the archives. We have an archival book nook that's in the back here. If you are going to be here tomorrow, we can take it out of the archives and set it here, and then we'll read it tomorrow. Tanya 3, Lindsay Armstrong 2. Kai, I was only here for 3, so oh, okay. I love it. Kai, we have a whole process here. We have archival pieces. This is one of our archival pieces. The Scarecrow. This is a really good fall book. We've read it already, but we'll probably read it again for Halloween. So if you are new here, please follow us, because we read all these great children's literature books that you would not believe. Okay, every weekend also we do a library haul. We did a library haul this weekend. We love strong female characters in children's literature. Kate, who tamed the wind. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Kai. We'll take out Where the Wild Things Are for tomorrow night, or tonight, and then have it ready for tomorrow. Kate, who tamed the wind. This one kind of has some fall vibes to it. Got some leaves there. We love a good end page. Once there was a man living all alone in a creaky house on the tip top of a steep hill. It's a great way to start a story. Kai, tomorrow we're here 10 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, we start at 10. If you're on the West Coast, we start at 9. Thank you so much for the follow. So here's this little village here. It says, once there was a man living all alone in a creaky house on the tip top of a steep hill. So we got this little village here at the bottom, these trees. We got this big hill here. And there's the man going up to his creaky little house. Right? I know, Tanya, right? That's like a big fire hazard. Somebody lights it up here, it's just going to go in flames. The man lived all alone in the creaky house on the tip top of a steep hill where soft wind blew. The man lived all alone in the creaky house where the curtains swung and chimes spun as a soft wind blew and blew. So at the top of this hill lived this man all alone in this creaky house, and there was a soft wind that blew. Curtains swung and chimes spun as a soft wind blew and blew. And blew. The wind blew until the shutters banged in the creaky house on the tip top of the steep hill. The wind blew and shutters banged and boards bent. Uh-oh, a big wind is kicking up in the house. Look at the shutters. The wind. There's the man trying to control things. There's his little rocking chair. The wind blew, the shutters banged, and the boards bent. The table tipped and the tea spilled. The tea spilled and the beard broke on the tippy table. Oh, I'm sorry. The tea spilled and the bread broke on the tippy table in the creaky house at the tip top of the steep hill. And still the wind blew. Oh, hey, Billy Cody, welcome in. Oh, you just finished feeding him? Aw. Guys, remember Billy Cody? She's from the East Coast. She just had, she's from our East Coast. She just had a baby. Billy Cody, I'm going to show everybody the baby pictures. She shared them with us. There's Billy Cody's baby boy. Born 9/12, 7 pounds and 4 ounces and 20 inches long. So there's baby boy. There's Mom and Dad, the happy parents. There he is in the little cubicle. Look at how cute he is. Such a perfect little baby. He's like a little magazine baby. How cute, huh, guys? One of our OG followers, Billy Cody, just had a baby. Congratulations. Okay, so the tea spilled and the bread broke on the tippy table in the creaky house at the tip top of the steep hill. So that wind's getting out of control. The wind blew and off the birds flew. That man, he can't control that wind. Oh, the Halloween onesie. Billy Cody. The birds flew and the dust did too, and the man cried, "What to do?" He's losing all control. There goes his hat. Oh, at Walmart? How cute. What to do? The wind whipped his words from the tip top of the steep hill to the itty bitty town at the bottom, where a little girl called Kate heard the cry and felt it too. So there's the man, the tip top, and then there's Kate. She catches the hat. She's out there playing. She wondered what on earth to do. Kate could not stop the wind, she knew, but... So Kate, she's coming up with a plan. She's going to return that hat. And she's already coming up with a plan. Kate could not stop the wind, she knew. So here she's drawing the man, and then here's the wind. She's drawing out a map. She could wheel a load of new trees to the tip top of the dusty hill in her wagon. Oh, there she is. She's going to donate some trees. And notice the goats eating. I think that answers our question about how the hill gets mowed, because you've got the goats eating. This is such a good book. Aw, we love a good book that stops with words and gives us pictures only. And so she reaches to the top and she returns the hat to the man on top of the hill. She's got a cat too. You always have to have a cat in children's literature. It's got this really cute home. And look at in her wagon, she's got new plants. She's going to plant some new plants. There, Kate dug deep holes and watered muddy mounds till the trees grew. As the trees grew, the wind blew. Oh, so she's going to go help that man. She's going to plant some trees with him. Look at the leaves. The trees grew, the wind blew, and the time flew. The time flew as the trees grew and grew. Billy Cody. I love it. I keep checking on him to see if he's reading. I love it. You're going to do an amazing job, Billy Cody. I am with you in spirit, holding your hand, saying you're going to be a fantastic mom. And Kate did too. The trees grew till the leaves fluttered and the shutters stilled and the boards bounced back. Oh, guys, look at Kate. She's grown up now. And she still comes to visit the old man at the top of the hill. And look at, there's a lot more trees there. We love these fall colors, browns, these tones. The leaves fluttered, the shutters stilled, the boards bounced back, and the dust died down. The dust died down, the tea steeped, and the birds peeped. Aww. So everything, just by building those trees, it blocked that wind. And look at the little setup they have. The dust died down, the tea steeped, and the birds peeped. The birds peeped, and the old man poured sweet tea and said, "For you, near the quiet house on the tip-top of the green hill." Aww! I love this story. Look at that pretty that setting. They're having a little picnic. They're new friends. They've been friends for a long time because now she's grown. She's got her little black cat. We love a traditional home with trees and fall leaves. Where a bright breeze blew. Oh, this is so cute. And then it gives you some ideas, some story feedback about marvelous trees. Vanessa Hamill, a very good description, you're right. A very cozy story. The and Kate Who Tamed the Wind. Strong females in children's literature. Good book. You guys got 4 back-to-back good titles tonight. Really good titles tonight. We started out with The Hideout. Then The Enchanted Symphony. It feels like we read this one a long time ago. The Enchanted Symphony with Julie Andrews. Then The Sorcerer's Apprentice. And finally, Kate Who Tamed the Wind. I'm going to have to buy this one for my own. I'm going to have to buy this one for my own library because this is a good one. Let's take a vote. Which one is your favorite? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Mexi Pina 4. Mexi Pina 4. Stacy 4. Vanessa Hamill 4. Yeah, that was a good one. I really agree with you guys. 4 was the best one. Lori Giselle 4. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for the 21,000 likes. You guys did an amazing job. Kai 4. Also, thank you so much for the gifts that you guys gave. Remember, any of the gifts or rewards that we get goes towards our monies for the live. The monies go towards books, pom-poms for our projects on Wednesday. Remember, this Wednesday we're going to be doing a scarecrow using pom-poms. So stay tuned for that. Everybody have a good night. Everybody have a good start to the week. It's another week. Remember that it is the first day of fall on the 22nd, which is a week away. A week from Monday. Go out and enjoy the crisp, cooler weather outside. And we will see you tomorrow night. 10 o'clock for those of you who are on the East Coast. So if you're on the East Coast, we're on at 10. Then we do a second one at 9 for the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast and you want to join us for both, you can. Alrighty, friends. Have yourselves a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.